Hello and welcome to Jazz After Dark again here, sponsored once again by Bullet Bourbon, the bourbon of normies. I'm teasing. It's not my favorite. We had some the other night. I just, if I'm honest with you, in January, I didn't really have my dough straight. I kind of let the month get away from me. Had a lot of things going on, and I could have done better. So I was like, you know what? No, you, Mister, are not going to go out and buy the nice bourbon. You're going to have to suck it up and enjoy Bullet. Not that that's like the cheapest bourbon. It's just not my favorite. Hey, welcome to our class here. This is Jazz After Dark. We just kind of hang out and talk about things. And tonight we're going to talk about the 401 EDU. What? You've heard of the 401k, the 401a, right? Well, what about the 401 EDU? What do you think that stands for, huh? Mm, mm. I mean, it's good. I just have to put a piece of ice in there, like I mentioned the other day. Out of Arkansas. Well, okay, first of all, here's how the government works. There's something called the House Ways and Means Committee. And this committee meets based on, and they focus on things that affect federal taxes. So you'll hear all the coolest little ideas, and not all of them come true or whatever, but they have something called a member day. And in member day, everybody gets to pitch an idea, right? You're like, oh, well, I want to do something to help what we're going to talk about. Or I want to do something to help like people take like paid family leave or whatever. That was something they talked about as well. And so I don't really pay attention much to generally to the day to day of politics. But when the House Ways and Means Committee has something they want to talk about, I like it because a lot of times it happens to affect the dollars that are hopefully going to stay in our pockets, right? Anyways, Rick Crawford, this guy's out of Arkansas. He's a Republican, and he goes, I don't like the idea. Uh, I'm assuming talking about the Biden administration that we're just going to go pay off student loans. I don't like his words were, I don't like the idea that the debts of the minority should be paid by the majority. In other words, I don't want to pass on student loan debt or the payment of that to everybody, even if they didn't go to college. That's not fair. And it's okay. I kind of agree with that actually. Like, you took debt, you signed the paperwork, and we need to go fix the root problem of like why this student loan thing is an issue. But in the meantime, look, you took the loan, you took a car loan, make good on it. Pay what you got to pay. Now, I'm not opposed to the government saying, hey, we'll give you some kind of a break, right, to help you out a little bit. I just don't think we should be paying it off just to tell people, oh, we paid off your debt. Like, where does that end? So I don't like that. Anyways, this guy comes out and says, I've got an idea. Here is a thought. Let's call it the 401 EDU. In other words, if you have a 401k at work, and the plans are a little sketchy, right? He just basically raised his hand and was like, "Hey, can we talk about this for a second?" And in the member day meeting with the House Ways and Means Committee, you're allowed to do this. So he goes, "Let's call it the 401 EDU." And here's how I picture this working: someone can contribute to it, right? And it would have the same tax deduction status as a 401k. Meaning I put $1 in and my taxable income gets reduced by $1. Now, you picture your 401k, right? We contribute to this. We take the tax savings now, and then in the future, at some point, we'll withdraw, and whatever we take out, we'll pay taxes on that. All right. In the 401 EDU, his thought was, well, this is for education. So if somebody puts money in, it would immediately go to pay their principal on their student loan, right? That was the concept, anyways. And so, okay, we put money in. I put $1 in. It goes to the principal of my student loan, but I got the same tax deduction, right? And I don't have any tax in the future because the money's gone. It didn't get invested and grow. So if I put $1 in, that dollar goes to I put the dollar in the 401 EDU, as he called it. We put it in there. And the 401, by the way, is just the reference in the tax code. That's all. So he's like, all right, you put $1 in. It goes to pay off your principal, and you get the tax deduction. Oh, I kind of like that, right? Because if my student loan payment is $500 a month, if all you're telling me is I need to make a contribution to my 401 EDU and I can reduce my taxable income, assuming you have no other ways to reduce your income, I'm both paying off my student loan, but you're giving me a break on my taxes. Okay, what do you think about that? Right? That's a little different. I like this kind of idea, and I think he's a Republican. He is a Republican. I don't care if he's Republican or Democrat. Here's a guy who's out there going, yeah, okay, well, we're not solving the problem as to why people keep getting sucked into all the student loan debt. I don't know that we'll ever solve that anytime soon. But he's going, hey, here's a way to help people pay their student loans, hopefully off faster, get a deduction for doing it. And I don't recall him saying anything about that the dollars actually had to go right away to the student loans. What if you could put money in and you had the choice of putting some of it over to your student loans? Now, you can invest some of it and let it grow for a while and then pay it off later. I don't know. But wow, that's kind of a decent idea, don't you think? What am I missing here? Now, I should say that when they have member day, no one actually has a plan. There's no bill being proposed. It is not someone who says, look at my 12-page document of exactly how this will work. It's someone going, I kind of think I'm going to push this forward a little bit. Is anybody with me, like gauging the room and like got a lot of support? It's like, okay, we're going to hear more about this. And I thought, I'll just bring it to you and share the idea there of what could be possible. If you have student loans, would you not like to have a little bit of a tax break for doing that? Now, granted, you can use your 401k now towards student loans. Like that's a thing, right? Secure Act 2.0 that came out. He's just saying, okay, that's getting a little confusing. Let's have a separate thing. And let's just make sure that that person is documenting those contributions to loans they were hopefully already going to pay for anyways, but we give them a little break. So that $500 a month student loan payment with the tax deduction, maybe it becomes $475. I don't, it depends on the person. So I don't know, just something a little different that we talk about. I saw it and I was like, man, I got to go watch this and see what he said. Hopefully we hear more about it because I thought that was pretty interesting. What do you think? Let me know in the comments there. What did I miss? I'm sure I missed something. Let me know. Give me a hard time. I can handle it. Eric cannot handle it. All right. Hey, by the way, if you like the stock market updates and everything, the Closing Beat, right? It's on a new channel now. It's just called the Closing Beat. Go on over there. You want to see a daily update from a financial advisor of everything going on in the market and teach you something as well. Hope you'll go and subscribe to that channel as well. All right. Enjoy the rest of your night. Adios.